Okay, a blueprint post is a specific post that people want to get their hands on. So for example, if I, like me speaking here, is really, people want to watch, it's cool, right? So I'll probably take this, put it into on a back end of a funnel, right? Have opt-in, and what I'll do here is I'm gonna drop a post inside one of my biggest coaches group and say, hey guys, I just did a really awesome live event at Powerhouse, spoke to some really awesome people. If you want to get your hands on the event, go ahead and comment below, comment event below. And to your surprise, let me just I'll just show you guys an example real quick. So you have a blueprint post that looks something like this. Like everyone's commenting care package, right? And what you can see here is 726 comments, okay? All the way from 9 hours. And this is an old, I feel like this is an old post, this is a year-old post. And what happened here is this is gonna continue to get bumped up. And as you can see, the engagement are 220 people, 726, and you put up a fresh one, you'll get the same exact type of movement. But what's important here is the following. You see all this engagement, you see all these comments? What you're doing here, let me show you an example reply. Okay, so check this out. You're putting a reply, and where it's taking you is to a lander. Okay, this lander, okay, specifically has a pixel on the page, okay, and it's also going to take them into a chat message. So it's connected to ManyChat. This is where you're going to create your alternate inbox. You have your profile, you now have your group, and now you're going to have your ManyChat Facebook page inbox. Okay, what's going to happen here is the following. Because you actually want to go ahead and drive people to this lead magnet, you're going to pixel them as soon as they click the button. And what's going to happen is as soon as they click this button, they're going to go into a just-in-wall page. Right? This page is only the leads that are from the blueprint posts. Okay, which means I'm creating an alternate inbox of people who have engaged, because what's happening inside that actual ManyChat sequence, the first auto message that pops up is something like, hey, it's Justin, this is an autoresponder. Super happy that you got the asset. And on the bottom, there's a button that says download now. Right, so they're getting into the chat and they're downloading the asset specifically for their business or whatever it is, okay? Now, when they download the asset, they now have an asset, they're looking at what you've done, you're building more trust, you gave them something valuable, they're in your Facebook page, and what's important here is like you just gave them something, okay? Everything that you give them on the back end, you gotta have a call booking link, okay? You have a call booking link driving to the actual call bookings. This is gonna get you call bookings on autopilot, okay? Which is super important. That was this piece I just talked about, okay? Lead magnet, so after the 30-day media-wide content cadence, how do you re-engage the lead, right? You re-engage the lead by dropping that lead magnet, which is what I just showed you, right? It was, I think that one was like the system I used to scale a brand 100K a month, whatever, some basic shit, right? So, because you have to realize who you're actually writing for. If you're writing for, let's say you're trying to land like Smoothie King, you can't be writing like you're trying to land like a $5 Shopify client. You gotta write with who you're trying to reach. Okay, that's the biggest misconception as well. Most people are just trying to put a post up just to get the post up. Spend time in the post, write for the people, genuinely give value, and people like to read. And that's why, as of late, I believe the text-based posts are doing the best. Genuinely write for the people, don't make it half-assed, like put out good value, okay? When you drop the lead magnet, they download it, they get into the ManyChat sequence, and they obviously land in the Facebook page pipeline. What happens here is the conversation starts again, and you re-engage and then begin to go ahead and get them on another call. Maybe they're ready at a later point in time, okay? Now, what's important here is that we realize all of this works together. And one of the most important pieces as well, a post that you have floating around inside of the actual group. It's called a floater post. Okay, the floater post is going to be a post that just sits there. It's a really nice picture of you. Nice picture of you. For example, mine's like me, I think like holding like 6'2" commas or something like that, right? And it builds accolades, shows you're good at what you do, and it's a good, nice picture. It's good to look at, right? So have a nice picture there, and the copy is going to essentially say, welcome, you're giving them their welcome, telling them everything you want to tell them, and at the end, you're going to say, for those of you who want to skip the line, okay, and speak with someone on our team now because you want, you want to take action or something like that, right? You go ahead and drive into the call booking below. Okay? And obviously there's a whole DM team, follow-up team, closing team, setting team, and a whole process to keep these things organized, right? I'm just going through the system because I don't want to get anyone overwhelmed, right? But that's something else that we could go through at a later time, obviously, is how to build out the sales organizations behind this, okay? Now, with that being said, that floater post, every single day that someone joins, your point man is going to be tagging the person in that floater post, meaning every single person who joins the group, okay, is going to be tagged in the post. Meaning they're going to see it, and I'm telling you, a lot of people are going to skip the line and book a call, and you're going to get constant call bookings every day. Even if you only have a group of like 1,000 people, it works. Like you probably get a few a day, not constant. You get constant when you have the big groups. Okay. Now, with this being said, okay, if you have a business that's doing well and it's actually driving revenue, this is something that you could literally implement like tonight and see good movement with tonight. Keep in mind, this is an asset to you. This is not going to make you $1 billion in one day. This is going to be an asset to your business that's going to add a different sort of community, consumer support, as well as the ability for you to go ahead and enroll people at a higher rate and an additional lead source. Okay? And what's also happening here is you're really, really peppering your remarketing audiences. Because when you start to go ahead and run all this without any paid media, when you turn the remarketing on and you drive it straight to the group with a funnel that drives literally into the group, you're getting $2 to $7 CPA. The people who aren't in the group yet will join the group. And you can remarket people who have actually clicked on the lead magnets for certain call booking links and things of that nature as well. So this is huge. Be sure to start remarketing, okay, after you go through all this and you start to use all of this, okay? Now, let's jump into one of my Facebook groups. So I'm going to show you guys the actual flow of how this works, okay? So I'm going to show you all these different groups. Check on the top left. You guys see that? This one says 139,000 people, right? So this one says 104,000, 153, 111, 60,000, and then this one is only at 2,000, okay? And this one's 300. Let me go ahead and walk us through it a bit deeper. So this group right here has made 8 figures plus alone, right? This group, it's one of the smallest groups. You wouldn't think it makes the most money, but it made well past 8 figures, okay? With that being said, the reason, this is outdated, but the whole piece is, this is not the biggest group, okay, but it's middle of funnel. So let's talk top of funnel. Let's reorder these groups for a second, okay? Let's move this here, this here. What we're doing, okay, is we're using our top of funnel groups. Okay, these huge groups, take a look at this. This is my dropshipping for beginners group, right? It grows, pretty significantly every day. We get about 100 leads a day off this one. My approval guy already went in here and approved everyone for the day. In my inbox, you'll see just constant message of the same copy and paste from the people who have joined the groups, okay? What's super cool about it is this one, okay, you wouldn't believe. I'm going to tell you guys some crazy stuff right now that I don't bring up really ever. Okay, this is a top of funnel group. This is a top of funnel group. This is a middle of funnel group. And this is a bottom of funnel group, right? So everyone in here is paid like $8,000 to $10,000, right? Or is on a monthly plan to go ahead and pay more than that. Okay, this is our e-commerce program. We have some of the most consistent results in e-commerce to date. We have one of the best programs ever created in e-commerce as Beyond Six Figures, which is pretty badass. Been doing it for, I think, 6 or 7 years, just the e-com program alone, right? And it's cool because when you actually are consistent and you pull up every day and your people get results and you have good systems and great enrollment and great support system, you build a really great name in the field, right? And you could start doing this over and over and over again with different offers. I just launched a book 2 days ago. This group had 0 members in it not too long ago. Okay, and what we did is with all of our groups, our lists, our email, our Instagram, everything, created a book, 150 pages. This is my buddy, Nick Peroni. We own this group together, right? It's funny because he originally owned the group back in the day. We partnered up, and then we made millions together. And now we're really good friends, and we wrote a book together, right? And it doesn't have to be a book, okay? It could be anything, really, but something that's just so valuable that you're going to join the community. So what's going to happen here is you're going to write a book or do whatever you got to do, okay, and create a brand new group. You could link, this is the most important piece as well, you can link all these groups together to actually have better priority in the algorithm, meaning your groups are now going to be being pushed by Facebook on the sidebar, which is getting you qualified people without you spending $1 on top of you doing everything you've already been doing. What's cool about it is when you actually go ahead and have the access point in here, there's a really, really good effective way to get people to drive into the group for a good reason, okay? And because of the book, we got about 2,000 members in here, and we sold nearly half of them within the first 3 days of the book. If you want, it's $5. It's a link in my Instagram bio. It's ridiculous. And go through that funnel and hack the funnel verbatim. Hack it, use it for when you launch an offer, like a low-ticket offer in this community, okay? And it's going to do well. It's $5, but the average order value is like 60 to 70 bucks. Now what I'm doing is I'm getting my ad creatives made. I'm going to go ahead and launch this. And if I'm getting a $50 cost per acquisition, I'm still good. But I'll probably get 20, 30. Right? Which means I'm making money in the front end, and I'm selling the book, and I'm taking it through funnels, and they're realizing how much value we have, and they're landing on the call, and they're joining the group, and it's all because of this. If you have a brand new group, you should come up with an asset like a book to go ahead and launch and send your people to it. You need to start working this into your actual business infrastructure, because this is literally free money. It's going to make your clients happier. It's going to build you a better name, and it's going to give you the spotlight to be the main individual in that group, right? Which makes it so much easier to go ahead and enroll a client, right? And it's just really, really cool because you have so many client successes, where do we freaking put them all? Let's just put them in the group. Let's put them all in the group, right? And that's what we've been doing for the last 7 years. And it's a autopilot machine. You do good work, you get results, you put it in the group, and it just literally constantly compounds because as you put results, people see it, people join, people get results, people see it, people join, and people get results, right? It's literally a wheel, okay? With that being said, one of the last things I want to showcase to you guys is this group right here, okay? I bought this one, okay? I bought this for $75,000, and what's cool about it is it makes cash flow every day. It's like a rental property. One of the things you could do as well, it's also against Facebook terms of service to acquire a group, so realize that as well, okay? You don't want to be actively buying groups and advertising that you bought it, okay? With that being said, if you approach group admins, you could hit people up and they don't know what their group is worth, okay? For example, this particular one, I got it around 8,000 members because what I saw was the aggressive growth numbers. If I'm seeing 1,000 people joining the group a week, like the algorithm loves this. Maybe it's the name. What's up?
How are you tracking that if you're not obviously the group person that's getting all the analytics?
Before you even joined, you could see that they're growing 1,000 a week or however much they're growing a week before you even join the group on the outer skirts of the group. So let's say like you're looking at a Facebook group if you want to acquire it, whatever. Remember, you're not supposed to acquire groups. So what you're supposed to go ahead and do, okay?
That's a great display.
Yeah. With that being said, you could see the numbers from the outside. That you could see it. So that's how I know what groups I want to buy. So if I see the group growing heavily, you don't even have to be in the group. You could just see this. It'll give you the stats on the outer page. And then if I see aggressive growth, okay, I hit the guy up, hey brother, what's going on, man? We should develop like some. You're not actually acquiring. You're not actually buying it. You're just creating some sort of partnership. So make it so it's a proper transition under Facebook terms of service. Because even though they're never going to go ahead and look at it, you never know what Facebook, so you just want to be totally on the same page. So you did it properly in case you need to show it. Yes, I acquired it through a transition, not actual buying it. With that being said, okay, at the end of the day, whatever transaction you choose to do, this guy acquired the group, right? At 8,000 people, I knew it was going to run up to this. 140,000 people. That was 140,000 leads injected into my system, literally into my system. Mind you, 100% of the leads are not quality to close, right? I would say about 50 to 60% of the leads are going to be really, really high quality, okay? Now, with that being said as well, when you have these large top of funnel groups, you could start pushing to your other groups and tagging to the other groups. That's one of the big hacks, is realizing that when you tag any other link in a Facebook group, Facebook will derank you because they don't like external links, but not when you tag your group or a different Facebook group. So when people are in here, they're getting value and whatnot. It's a top of funnel, and then we're putting out a post and driving them to the middle of funnel group, which is our main group, Beyond Six Figures with Justin Wall here. Okay, so what I want you to realize is the ascension model and the customer journey that happens throughout this entire process. So you could get more leads into your group by using other groups and also having other groups as well and putting out value posts in that manner. Now, what I want to leave you guys with, okay, is I want you guys to genuinely try this. I want you to try it. I don't want you to spend any money on it. I don't want you to spend $1, okay? I want you to play against yourself and see if you could go ahead and create money out of thin air using this system exactly how I said, okay? And then when you go ahead and make money, what you're going to do is you're going to take that money that you made off it, that's going to be your retargeting budget. You're not going to spend $1 more than how much you make. You put it right into the retargeting budget, okay? And you're going to start to scale the group ads, okay? You're going to make it so you're only spending money on the group that you make from the group, okay? And that's one of the things I like to do with newer clients who are brand new, right? If someone is already doing, 100K, $1 million a month, whatever, okay? They could instantly just implement this and do very well, right? And obviously put money into it, start doing retargeting instantly, bringing people to the group, cold traffic and whatnot as well. But with that being said, guys, that is the whole system. I wanted to kind of give you guys the nutshell of it. There's a lot that goes into like the sales training and like the DM team and the setting team and all that, but that's like a whole nother like 6-hour thing. So this is the system. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for listening. And if you have any questions, just ask, okay?